Think the Corolla name is just about safe, no-frills commuting? Think again. The 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid is stepping onto the scene with a bold promise: SUV space, hybrid efficiency, and a dose of modern tech that could make it one of Toyota's smartest all-rounders yet. But here's the twist. Does it actually deliver a balance strong enough to shake up rivals like the Honda HR-V and Kia Niro? Or is it just another Corolla with a taller stance? Stick around, because this little crossover might surprise you in more ways than one. The Toyota Corolla has been a household name in America for decades, synonymous with reliability, value, and that "it just works" reputation. But in recent years, drivers haven't just wanted dependable sedans. They've been asking for versatile crossovers that mix efficiency with practicality. That's where the Corolla Cross entered the stage just a few years back, giving buyers the higher stance and roomy feel of an SUV while carrying that familiar Corolla DNA. Now, with the arrival of the 2026 Corolla Cross Hybrid, Toyota is pushing even further into what's become one of the hottest battlegrounds in the car market: compact hybrid SUVs. This is a segment where families, young professionals, and eco-conscious drivers all overlap, meaning the competition is fierce and expectations are high. And with fuel costs, interest in electrification, and safety-conscious buyers all shaping today's market, the timing couldn't be more critical. So, what makes this latest hybrid worth your attention? Beyond just promising fuel savings, Toyota claims it has refined the driving experience, upgraded its technology package, and made the Corolla Cross feel like a genuine step forward, not just another paycheck-friendly crossover. But does it achieve that sweet spot between affordability, space, and performance? Or are rivals like the Kia Niro and Honda HR-V hybrids still the smarter play? We're about to dig in, piece by piece, to see whether the 2026 Corolla Cross Hybrid truly earns its place in your driveway. At first glance, the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid plays it safe, but don't mistake that for boring. Toyota has refined the exterior just enough to keep things fresh. The front grille gets a sharper, more sculpted mesh that feels more upscale, LED headlights are slimmer and crisper, and the overall proportions give it that mini RAV4 vibe. It's a crossover that doesn't scream for attention, yet it looks right at home in the driveway of anyone who wants practicality wrapped in a subtly modern package. Step inside, and this is where Toyota has stepped up its game. The cabin balances minimalism with useful tech. A new 8-inch or optional 12.3-inch digital display brings a crisp, intuitive interface, while wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard. Seating is spacious up front, and the rear row holds up decently even for adults, a real selling point since many compact SUVs falter here. Cargo space? Practical and wide, with a low floor that makes grocery hauling or tossing in camping gear surprisingly easy. But let's talk about what makes this hybrid special. Under the hood, Toyota pairs a 2.0-liter four-cylinder with its hybrid electric system, delivering around 196 horsepower. That doesn't make it a speed demon, but acceleration feels noticeably quicker than the standard gas-only Corolla Cross, which many criticize for being sluggish. More importantly, fuel economy shoots dramatically upward. Toyota estimates close to 42 miles per gallon combined, which is a standout figure in this segment. Imagine doing a week of commutes plus a weekend road trip and still passing the pump with a smug little grin. That's the real-world advantage here. Ride quality sits right where you'd expect, firm enough to feel composed on highways, yet soft enough to glide over potholes and speed bumps without rattling passengers' teeth. Is it sporty? Not really. But it isn't supposed to be. The Corolla Cross Hybrid builds confidence through predictability, not adrenaline. Steering is light and easy, which city drivers will appreciate, and thanks to Toyota's all-wheel drive hybrid system, snowy mornings or muddy trailheads won't leave you stuck. Safety has always been Toyota's calling card, and the 2026 model doubles down with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. That means adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, and traffic sign recognition all built in, even on the base trim. Step up a notch, and you get blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and a 360-degree camera system that makes parking downtown far less stressful. Of course, Toyota knows price matters. While final numbers are still being polished, expect the 2026 Corolla Cross Hybrid to start in the high $20,000s to low $30,000s, slotting neatly below the RAV4 Hybrid but edging slightly above some compact rivals. Which begs the question, is the bump in cost justified by efficiency, tech, and added safety gear? We'll circle back to that when we talk highlights and drawbacks. For now, know this: the Corolla Cross Hybrid doesn't try to be flashy. Instead, it positions itself as the sensible, have-it-all choice, a little SUV that delivers comfort, excellent gas mileage, and Toyota's bulletproof reputation in one neat package. But does that practicality come at the expense of excitement or features other brands offer standard? Let's dig into the highs and the lows, because this story isn't all smooth pavement. Here's where things get interesting. On paper, the 2026 Corolla Cross Hybrid looks like the sensible choice. It's a Toyota, it's efficient, and it's priced in that sweet middle ground. But when you actually get behind the wheel, the experience leaves a stronger impression than you might expect. Acceleration, for example. No one buys a Corolla expecting fireworks, but the hybrid powertrain changes the game. Merging onto the highway feels far less stressful compared to the standard gas model. You're not flooring it and praying for momentum anymore. The extra horsepower translates into confidence, and that's a big deal if you're hauling kids, gear, or just trying to survive aggressive city traffic. Then comes fuel economy. During testing, we managed numbers that flirt with that 42 mpg estimate, and in mixed driving, it came surprisingly close to real-world conditions. That means your weekly gas budget shrinks dramatically without any sacrifices to space or comfort. In a time when filling up feels like a punch to the wallet, this is Toyota flexing its hybrid expertise in a very real way. But it's not a flawless victory lap. Push the Corolla Cross Hybrid too hard, and the engine drone reminds you that this isn't a sporty SUV. The steering, while light and easy, doesn't give much feedback on twisty backroads. And while the interior has seen upgrades, some lower trim plastics still remind you that Toyota is carefully balancing cost here. So this becomes the turning point. The 2026 Corolla Cross Hybrid isn't trying to excite thrill seekers. It's designed to quietly win over drivers who value peace of mind, long-term savings, and usable space. And in that mission, it over-delivers. The surprise isn't just that it's better than the standard Corolla Cross, it's that it positions itself as one of the most well-rounded hybrids in its class. But does well-rounded automatically make it the smartest buy in the segment? That's where our verdict, and some strategic buying advice, comes into play. So, after walking around it, sitting in it, and putting it through its paces, where does that leave us with the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid? In short, it's not the flashiest choice, but it's one of the smartest. The pros speak loudly: excellent fuel economy for its class, a smoother and stronger drive compared to the gas-only version, a healthy list of safety and tech features standard across trims, and Toyota's reputation for near-bulletproof reliability. Add in the all-wheel drive option and roomy cargo space, and you have a crossover that checks a lot of practical boxes. Now, the drawbacks. It's not the most exciting behind the wheel. Interior quality still reminds you of cost-cutting in lower trims, and pricing edges up when you load it with options. And while the Corolla Cross Hybrid does many things well, thrill seekers and tech enthusiasts may feel rivals like the Kia Niro or Hyundai Kona Hybrid bring a bit more personality to the table. So the verdict? If you're a daily commuter, a family looking for efficiency without losing SUV practicality, or someone simply tired of steep fill-ups, this vehicle makes an incredibly strong case for itself. It may never turn heads at a stoplight, but it will quietly save you money, haul your gear, and keep you secure long after competitors start showing wear and tear. In today's US market, where buyers want green efficiency without gambling on a full EV, this could be the sweet spot SUV Toyota needs to dominate. And here's the bigger picture. If Toyota keeps refining hybrids like the Corolla Cross, it may shape the middle ground for years, bridging the gap between gas and electric in a way Americans trust. So what do you think? Is this the crossover that finally makes a Corolla exciting, or does safe and smart sound a bit too safe for you? Drop your thoughts.